Feng Shui magic,
I like it.
specifically when it comes to lighting.
Yeah.
I get it, good lighting can really make or break a space.
Oh, for sure.
But in Feng Shui, it's not just about aesthetics, right?
Mhm.
It's about harnessing that energy flow, the qi,
Mhm.
for a more harmonious and vibrant home.
Absolutely. And light is pure yang energy.
Oh, okay.
Active and stimulating. Think of the sun's invigorating
Makes
rays.
you feel good.
Yeah, and getting this right can impact everything from your mood and productivity to even, attracting good luck.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we'll unpack all that from the research you sent over today.
Now, I have to admit, when I first heard about Feng Shui lighting, I thought, okay, brighter lights, happier life.
Yeah.
Right. But it turns out it's a little more nuanced than that.
It's true. There's this whole idea that dark areas can lead to stagnant energy.
Oh, interesting.
Like that dimly lit corner we all have that somehow collects clutter. And dust bunnies. Feng Shui would say that's not just messy, it's actually blocking the qi from flowing freely.
You have one of those corners?
Oh, yeah.
I know I do. And I can't say it's my favorite spot in the house. It does feel a bit heavy.
Yeah, well, it's fascinating how we intuitively sense those energy shifts,
Right.
Think about walking into a bright, airy room.
Yeah.
You instantly feel lighter, more open,
Yeah.
and that's that active yang energy at work.
Interesting.
It's not just about the lumens, it's about how light affects us on a deeper level.
And speaking of how light affects us, the research mentioned how different types of light can actually impact our emotions and even our health.
Totally.
That's where it gets really interesting for me.
Absolutely. And there's a reason we associate natural light with feeling positive and productive.
Yeah.
It helps regulate our sleep cycles, boosts those feel-good hormones, just makes us feel more alert and energized.
Right.
And then on the flip side, warm, soft light helps us wind down, signaling to our bodies it's time to relax and recharge.
I am a total natural light junkie during the day.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel so much more focused. But come evening, I'm all about those cozy lamps and dim lighting. It's like flipping a switch, not just for the lights, but for my entire mood.
That's actually a perfect example of how we intuitively respond to light's different energies.
Yeah.
And Feng Shui simply gives us a framework for understanding and harnessing this power
Right.
to create a home that supports our well-being.
So it's not just about flooding every space with light.
Oh, right.
It's about being intentional with the type of light we use and when.
Uh-huh.
And this is where I think the concept of layering light comes in.
Yes.
The research mentioned ambient, task, and accent lighting. Can you break those down for us?
Of course.
Okay.
So think of ambient lighting as your base layer,
Okay.
your overall illumination. Overhead fixtures like ceiling lights or recessed lighting are usually the go-to here.
Got it. So that sets the stage. And then task lighting is more about, well, lighting up the task at hand.
Exactly. It's your focus light, like a desk lamp for reading or working, or pendant lights over your kitchen island for prepping meals.
And then accent lighting, if I'm getting this right, is like the mood lighting.
Yeah.
The kind that adds drama and highlights specific features.
Yes.
Kind of like the spotlight in a theater production.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Accent lighting is all about creating a certain ambiance and drawing attention to what you want to showcase.
Okay.
Think wall sconces, a spotlight on a piece of art, or even candles strategically placed for a warm glow.
Okay, so we've got our three layers: ambient, task, and accent. It's like building a light symphony, using each type to create a balanced and harmonious atmosphere. But for those of us who are maybe new to Feng Shui, where do we even begin to apply all this?
Well, the great news is that even small changes can make a big difference.
Oh, good.
One of the simplest yet most effective tips is maximizing natural light. Keep those windows unobstructed. Swap heavy curtains for lighter ones, and consider using mirrors to reflect light deeper into the room, especially those darker corners.
I love that, especially since natural light is such a powerhouse in Feng Shui.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bringing the outdoors in
Yeah.
and instantly lifting the energy of a space.
Exactly. And for those times when you do need artificial light, opt for warm white or soft white bulbs
Okay.
over those harsh, cool white ones.
Yeah.
Warm light is more inviting, more relaxing, and better aligned with creating a peaceful environment. That feeling you get when you switch to those cozy lamps in the evening.
Oh, absolutely. Warm light definitely creates a more welcoming and comfortable atmosphere.
And don't underestimate the power of dimmers.
Oh, yeah.
They give you so much control over the intensity of the light, allowing you to fine-tune the mood of your space for any occasion. Bright and energized for work, soft and intimate for a romantic dinner, dim and cozy for a relaxing evening.
Dimmers are truly a game changer. It's like having an entire lighting design team at your fingertips.
And speaking of game changers, one tip that really stood out to me was repairing flickering lights immediately. Is that more about just a practical safety thing, or is there a deeper Feng Shui principle at play?
It's both, actually.
Oh,
In Feng Shui, flickering lights are seen as representing instability and can disrupt the harmony of your space.
mm.
They're a sign that something's off, and addressing them quickly helps maintain that positive energy flow.
So it's like a little energy red flag signaling something needs attention.
Interesting. And I think that's a good point to wrap up part one of our deep dive. We've covered the basics of light as yang energy, the importance of layering light, and even some easy-to-implement tips. But there's so much more to uncover in the world of Feng Shui lighting.
Yeah, we've only just scratched the surface. In part two, we'll delve deeper into how to use light to enhance specific areas of your life, and we'll explore that intriguing concept of balancing light and dark. Stay tuned, it's going to get even brighter.
All right, looking forward to it. Welcome back. We've been talking about how different types of light can impact our energy and well-being. But one thing that stuck with me from the research you sent was this whole idea of balancing light and dark.
Uh-huh.
I have to admit, it seems a bit counterintuitive
Yeah.
when we're aiming for a bright and energized home.
It's a great point, and it really highlights the essence
Yeah.
of Feng Shui,
Okay.
Finding that harmony,
Yeah.
that balance between opposing forces. While yang energy, that vibrant, active energy of light, is important.
Yeah.
Too much of it can actually become overwhelming and create an imbalance.
Interesting.
Think about being under those harsh fluorescent lights all day. It can be quite draining and even induce anxiety.
Right. So it's not just about chasing the most lumens.
Right.
It's about understanding that both light and shadow have their place.
Mm.
That makes a lot of sense when I think about how much I crave natural light during the day.
Hmm.
But at night, I want my home to feel cozy and restful, not like a brightly lit office.
Exactly. It's like the natural cycle of day and night.
Yeah.
We need that contrast, that ebb and flow of light and dark to feel truly balanced.
Right.
And we can apply this principle to our homes as well.
So where does that leave us when it comes to designing our lighting?
Yeah.
How do we find that sweet spot, that harmonious balance between light and dark?
It's about being mindful of the function of each space and how you want to feel in it.
Okay.
The bedroom, for instance, should be a sanctuary for rest and relaxation.
Right.
So using soft, warm lighting with dimmers in the evening can help create that tranquil atmosphere. You could even incorporate candlelight for an extra touch of cozy ambiance.
I love that. It's like creating a little haven of peace and quiet,
Mhm.
a space to truly unwind and recharge.
Mm.
It makes me think about how I feel in a softly lit restaurant, that sense of intimacy and calm. It's definitely not the same vibe as being in a brightly lit fast food joint.
Exactly. And then there are spaces where you might want to emphasize that bright, vibrant yang energy,
Yeah.
like your home office or a creative workspace.
Yeah.
Here, natural light is key,
Mm-hmm.
along with well-placed task lighting to keep you focused and productive.
It's like tailoring the lighting to match the energy you want to cultivate in each space.
Mhm.
And speaking of different spaces, the research you sent also mentioned that different areas of our homes are connected to specific aspects of our lives, almost like an energy map. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Absolutely. In Feng Shui, we use what's called the Bagua map,
Okay.
which divides your home into 9 different zones, or guas, each representing a different area of your life.
Oh, wait.
Think of it as a way to understand how the energy of your home can influence different aspects of your life.
Oh.
Wealth, fame, relationships, family, health, children, knowledge, career, and helpful people.
Okay, so it's not just about good vibes in general. It's about being able to fine-tune the energy in specific areas to support our goals and aspirations. That's fascinating. How do we even begin to figure out where these guas are in our homes?
It's actually simpler than you might think. You can overlay the Bagua map onto a floor plan of your home, aligning the bottom edge of the map with your front door.
Okay.
From there, you can see which areas of your home correspond to each of the 9 life areas.
So, for example, if I wanted to boost my career prospects, would I focus on the career gua? And how would lighting play into that?
You got it.
Okay.
The career gua is typically located at the front center of your home.
Okay.
To energize this area, you might consider a brightly lit entryway, a statement lamp that really draws attention to the space, or even artwork that symbolizes success and ambition, illuminated with accent lighting. It's about creating a sense of vibrancy and opportunity.
It's like you're sending a signal to the universe, hey, I'm ready for success, come on in.
Mm,
But on a practical level, I can also see how a well-lit, inviting entryway could make a great first impression, not just for energy, but for guests as well.
exactly. It's about aligning your intentions with your environment. And it's not just about adding more light, it's about using light intentionally. Remember, dark, neglected spaces can symbolize blocks or stagnation in those corresponding areas of your life.
So if I'm constantly tripping over shoes in a dimly lit entryway, it might be more than just a clutter problem. It could be impacting my career flow as well. I'm starting to see how this all ties together. It's like you're creating a space that not only looks good, but also supports you on a deeper energetic level.
That's the beauty of Feng Shui. It's about being mindful of your surroundings and making conscious choices to create a home that reflects your best self and supports your highest potential.
It's not about rigid rules. It's about understanding the principles and then applying them in a way that feels personal and inspiring.
Absolutely. And remember, even small changes can make a big difference.
Right.
Start by paying attention to how the light feels in different areas of your home. Does it feel bright and energizing or dim and heavy? And then use what you've learned about the Bagua map to make adjustments that support your intentions.
This is all so fascinating. I'm already thinking about how I can rearrange a few lamps and maybe declutter that dark corner in my office to get the chi flowing. But before we get too carried away with our lighting makeovers, there's one more key element we need to discuss: mirrors. The research mentioned them as a powerful tool for amplifying natural light, but I have a feeling there's a lot more to it than that when it comes to Feng Shui.
You're absolutely right. Mirrors are like little energy portals in Feng Shui,
Yeah.
and knowing how to use them effectively can be a game changer. We'll dive into all that mirror magic in part 3 of our Feng Shui lighting deep dive.
All right, I'm ready to unlock the secrets of mirror magic in Feng Shui.
Okay?
We've talked about how mirrors can amplify natural light, but you mentioned they're like energy portals. What does that even mean?
Well, in Feng Shui, mirrors aren't just about checking your reflection.
Right.
They're considered powerful tools for adjusting the flow of qi,
Okay.
that vital life force energy we've been discussing.
Right.
They can redirect it, amplify it, and even attract it to certain areas of your home.
So it's not just about hanging a mirror wherever it looks good. There's actually a strategy involved.
Exactly, just like with lighting.
Okay.
Placing mirrors with intention can make a big difference in the overall energy and feel of your space.
Gotcha.
You're essentially working with the reflective qualities of mirrors to influence the qi in a very specific way.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So the research mentioned using mirrors to maximize natural light. Can you give us some examples of how that works in practice?
Certainly. One classic technique is placing a mirror directly across from a window.
Okay.
This reflects the natural light deeper into the room, brightening up the space and creating a sense of expansiveness.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like you've doubled the size of the window.
Well, that's clever.
Okay.
It's like tricking the eye into seeing more light in space.
Mm.
What are some other ways to strategically use mirrors?
Well, think about those narrow hallways or entryways that can sometimes feel a bit cramped.
Right.
Placing a mirror strategically on a wall can create the illusion of width, making the space feel less constricted and more welcoming.
That's a great tip, especially for older homes that tend to have those long, narrow hallways. It's amazing how something as simple as a mirror can change the entire feel of a space.
Absolutely. And don't forget about highlighting your favorite features. Do you have a stunning piece of artwork or a window with a beautiful view? Placing a mirror nearby can draw attention to that element and amplify its beauty by reflecting it back into the space.
It's like giving those special features their own little spotlight, but with mirrors instead of actual lights. I love that.
And speaking of spotlights, the shape and size of a mirror also plays a role in Feng Shui.
Oh, okay.
Round mirrors, for instance, are often associated with harmony and unity,
Uh-huh.
while square or rectangular mirrors are seen as representing stability and grounding.
Wow. I've never even thought about the shape of a mirror having a deeper meaning. I'm learning so much. It's like every little detail matters when it comes to creating a harmonious space.
It's true. Feng Shui encourages us to be mindful of every element in our environment and understand how it contributes to the overall energy.
Yeah.
It's all interconnected.
Okay, so we've covered some of the do's when it comes to mirrors. But the research also mentioned a few things to avoid. One that stood out was not placing a mirror directly across from the front door. Why is that?
That's an important one.
Okay.
In Feng Shui, the front door is seen as the mouth of qi,
Okay.
where energy enters your home. If you place a mirror right across from the door, it can reflect that incoming energy right back out,
Oh,
preventing it from fully entering and nourishing your space.
I see. It's like that energy is bouncing right off the mirror and back out the door before it even has a chance to settle in.
Exactly. You want to invite the chi in and allow it to circulate throughout your home.
Uh-huh.
Think of it like welcoming a guest. You wouldn't want to position them facing the exit right as they walk in, right?
Right. That's a great analogy. It makes perfect sense. And speaking of things that don't make sense, the research also cautioned against having a mirror directly facing your bed. Is that more of a superstition, or is there a Feng Shui principle behind it? I have to admit, I love having a full-length mirror in my bedroom.
Well, while it might be convenient for getting dressed, in Feng Shui, it's generally believed that having a mirror reflecting you while you sleep can disrupt your sleep and even amplify anxieties.
Interesting.
Mirrors are thought to stimulate energy, and that can interfere with getting a restful night's sleep.
So maybe a mirror in the bedroom is okay as long as it's not directly facing the bed. I guess it's all about placement and intention.
Exactly. It's about understanding the principles and finding that balance that works best for you and your space.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. I'm already looking at mirrors in my home in a whole new way. They're not just decorative objects anymore. They're like these powerful energy tools.
Mm.
Well, it seems like we've covered just about everything when it comes to Feng Shui and lighting. We've talked about light as yang energy, layering lighting, maximizing natural light, choosing the right bulbs, and even mastering the magic of mirrors.
It's been a fascinating journey, and I hope you, listening at home, feel inspired to apply these principles to your own home and create a space that radiates positive energy and supports your highest potential.
We've talked a lot about how light can energize a space, but what about the power of darkness? When might embracing a bit of shadow actually be beneficial in Feng Shui? That's something to ponder as you continue exploring this ancient art of harmonious living. Thanks for joining us on this illuminating deep dive.